into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
This is a very serious message. The topic of this cold cut is what I just previously stated. This is a very serious message. Here you have in these last days, before I actually pull that up, so many prophecies coming to pass. At any given second, Russia can invade Ukraine. At any given second, China can invade Taiwan. At any given second, bombs can drop. Martial law can be declared. All hell can break loose. The Most High can shut this whole thing down. The Lord don't have to shut it down when you think he's going to shut it down or you want him to shut things down. The Most High don't move according to man. He's not moving according to how you want him to move. The Most High, he's outside of this thing. He created this thing. And the Lord has all of these prophecies coming to pass. And here you have brothers abusing the grace of the Most High. Slothful, lukewarm, lazy, not diligent at all. Ho-hum in his truth. On the verge of falling out. If you don't get your spirit right and be on fire and get it together, you're going to die. You're going to die. This is not games. This is not anything that's folly, man. This is the real world you're living in. The world created by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. When only 1/3 is going to make it and 2/3 are going to die a horrible death. By fire, missiles, famine, death, and destruction. You're living in a world that the Most High created where the elect are going to get beamed up and everybody else is going to get burnt to pieces, man. This is real. You're living in a world that the Most High created where the famine is going to happen and thousands and millions of people are going to perish of a famine. And the others that escape the sword or escape the famine shall the sword destroy, paraphrasing. This is real life you living in. A lot of you brothers, you live in a damn folly land, man. A la land. Like this thing isn't real. If the Lord would actually show you the finish line, a lot of you brothers, you'd be pressing hard. But that's why this thing is about faith. Because you're running a race and you don't see the finish line. But you believe it's there. And we know through the prophecy how we measure our steps diligently. Right? Based off how each prophecy is being made manifest. Right? Based off how each prophecy is being made manifest. Right? Based off how each prophecy is being made manifest, we're able to calculate and have an approximate of how many steps we have toward that mark. Of how many steps we have toward that mark. Of how many steps we have toward that mark.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Ruach HaQuadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Also a sincere shalom to you other followers of the truth, you few sisters. And mainly let me say shalom to the elect. Okay, I'm going to go into this video here. Actually, I ran across by Cold Cuts. This is the group Adam Abbott. This is a very serious, this is the title, this is a very serious message. And I'm not at all here to get on him or HOI on a carnal level or anything like that. This is all spiritual. I think the message was good, right? Because that applies to all of us to a degree, right? If you're in the truth and you're seeking your salvation, I believe he was sincere in his honest message, right? And he comes out of whom he called his elders the house of Israel with priest Zabak, which I also feel is sincere, and he has Steve Murdoch and the rest of them. But what I want to go into is the fact that we've seen it in our doctrine. You know, we've seen certain behaviors, and what they don't understand and what should be understood is that you're going to have agents coming to truth, number one, so they're not going to be serious. They're just there to collect information. And number two, you're going to have men who come in for various different reasons, right? The scripture says some preach for contention. You know, some just want to use the truth as a tool to grind a brother's spirit, and so they can have some form of leverage. Or maybe they didn't do so well in whatever social atmosphere they was in prior to the truth. So there's all kind of reasons why Jake comes into the truth. Some come into it for friends, you know. Some comes into it as a social club, um, the lodge or something, the water buffalo lodge. So I don't know, and this is why you got to watch gimmicks and trying to make yourself look a certain way, to try to bring people in, as the scripture says, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. I'm just paraphrasing. So there's many variations to it, but I want to go into the fact that of the mark. He kept saying, hit the mark. Well, that proves right there that there's different marks. And one of the biggest prophecy that we go into is the MOTBE. We go into that. And all these things that you're pushing, and you're pushing to say, hey, I'm in the truth and I'm on fire, you missed that one point. You missed that one major prophecy. And that could be to your destruction. So I can't understand why these brothers here and Priest of Bach, they're really stubborn on us and what we teach as far as the mark. They're really stubborn on that. Instead of saying, well, even in my stubbornness, I don't believe what it is, but because of that what it does and what it stands for, that has to be part of that system. I can't say but so much because they'd take it down. So I want to read scripture real quick. Ezekiel 3:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Right? Now you can look at other translations and it'll say this scroll, because when you really look at it, it's talking about the scriptures, right? Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So, you really don't gotta really do a bunch of gimmicks and flips and twists and rap concerts and rap shows and all these extra things. And this is the kind of things you get, as we know in the story of some of the men that were fishermen that would get, fish, and they would, you throw the bad stuff out. So you got to watch trying to catch the net. Well, I think it was Peter and Andrew. So like I may be off on that, but you got to watch taking, raking in that net and just trying to get a whole bunch of garbage that you got to throw back. Now, to be honest, sometimes you can't help that. You're going to have a lot of brothers come in, and even some sisters who follow, that are very insincere, or they may seem to be sincere, and you don't know. So then you just got to wait for the Lord to, do what he does and get rid of them. But my point I'm saying is, we don't need gimmicks. We don't need rap shows. We don't need, certain flashy garments, to get Jake to see the truth. Right? Now, Paul did say, I have caught thee with guile and with speech and certain things. But at this point, we just don't need it. Let's go to the word roll. I mean, just to put it up, it just says a roll of book writing. Right? So you got a part of the book is the prophecy, is the prophecies. It's the biggest part of the Bible, the Biblios, the records, is the prophecy. And leaving out the MOTB, which everybody know what that is who should know, it's the coming thing that you have to be aware of. And those prophecies need to be pushed forth, right? They need to be pushed forward. That's a big, major part of prophecy. So you could be diligent. You could be on fire. You could have it all going on. You could be out every week, which I'm not saying these brothers ain't sincere and like HOI, they out You know, I see Zabak at least out all the time. So you can have all that going on, but you missed the major prophecy. And then you can say, and I think Zabak knows it, but then you can say, okay, this thing that they're trying to push, nah, we don't agree with that. Why not linking that with the prophecy then? You know, that's what, you know, my issue with it. Why are you not linking that with the prophecy? This is something that's being pushed on you. So if you say, oh, you know, that's not what it is, it's no big deal, now you downgrade it. You downgrade it to something that's not that serious. And now you're causing the flock to err. You know, if there's a big opening in the gate, and you know when your sheep runs out that gate, there's a big pit they're going to run over and fall over. And there's another opening. You see some going to that opening. You can't take that for granted because they're going to go fall over the cliff or whatever danger there is ahead of them. Psalms 40:7 says, "Lo, I come into in the volume of the book," as Hebrews says as well. So anyway, let's get Titus 1:9. It says, "Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers." So I remember on, I think a few other channels ago, I have other channels as well, that a lot of brothers and some sisters from Adam Abbott, they actually came on our page and said, well, they may still follow Adam Abbott. I'm not saying they ain't. They pretty much teach what we teach. And they say we basically believe in the MOTB. That's what they said. And they could see it. There's guys in other groups of IUIC, ISBK, Adam Abbott. I'm talking about all groups. This has never been a game, but this, you know, Jake has made it out of a game. But this is no longer some lodge of the Water Buffalo where you just get together, everybody talk trash, eat chicken, eat hot dogs with relish and mustard, you know, and just have a great time. Eat pizzas with beef pepperoni, of course. It's a whole lot deeper than that now. We're coming to the finish line. So I this is why I'm doing this video, because, you know, I believe the message is clear, the message is honest, it's sincere, but there's more to the message, right? Again, he doesn't understand the kind of people that come into the truth and their ideology of being in the truth and what they feel the truth means. As I said, some feel like they come in and use it as a status. They'll use even men of high, you know, like high reputation, you know, to use it for control. They'll get close to a top brother or a brother in higher ranking to use it for control over you, right? Then you got some that just see it as, you know, a high time show, like a homecoming, so to speak, on a major football field. Okay, you got some in it come in to just use you. You got all kinds. You got some that come in it just to overly worship men. They're not here for the Lord. They're here because they see great men, and that's it. You know, which is nothing wrong with referencing teachers and elders, you know. But what is the goal? You are called by the Heavenly Father. You would awaken through men, but the Most High ultimately woke you up through men, and you are called to do a job. Some men lose the sight of what the job is to do, and they get caught up in another form of folly or reputation, so to speak. They're not doing it or as the fear that they had when they first came in. So then this was what happened when you lose fear, when you lose faith, you lose the fear. And then it becomes just a status thing. Anyway, I just thought this was interesting. Titus, it says, be faithful the whole as ye have been taught, and may be able by sound doctrine, let's go to where sound, G3198, to be sound, to be well, to be good health, of Christians whose opinions are free from any mixture or error. Right? So this is why you got to watch when somebody try to throw in a little sneaky change of the doctrine. Because that's when a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, I believe is Galatians, the 5th chapter say. Somewhere around there. You got some guys that come in to change it, to get cool with you, because you understand this is how Jake work in the world. So they never really was in it to win it, so to speak. They was in it, or they was in the truth because it looked good. They had guys out there teaching nice, flashy, special garments, right? With the extra fringes, you know, and it looks good. It's a fad. It looks great. Somebody, maybe they're missing something, and there's somebody in there that they can identify with. It's all kinds of reasons that Jake comes into the truth, and you can pretty much see it over time. The sincere ones are the ones who's there for you regardless, right? The quality brothers. There's a thing called quality brothers, man. You might not even see them much, but when you need them, they're there as brothers. That's quality, right? You could be with a brother or somebody you think you know for a long time, and come to find out they wasn't really being a brother. They were just there because there was something about you that they may have wanted, or maybe you made them feel better about themselves, or maybe they wanted to be there with you because you can make them feel better or give them something. Who knows? It's all kinds of reasons Jake come in the truth, and this is why you get these lukewarm guys. They was never really in the truth because for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know, they was never really in the truth for the Lord. They was in the truth for some other personal gain, filthy lucre, or whatever you want to call it, some ulterior motives. The camera looks good. They never had any shine time, so why not get on YouTube, put a headband on, put a flashy garment. I'm mad at the world, put a garment on and curse everybody out. But you're not sincere, because a lot of these guys see somebody who may look like a so-called white person, and they don't even read the spirit. But because of views and entertainment, you got to keep the audience going. You got to title it. So now what you doing? You only waking up black people? Or you waking up the whole nation of Israel? The Israelites, the elect, let me say that, out of the nation of Israel, which are scattered through the four corners. I mean, we can go on and on this video, but I just wanted to touch on that. Not everybody's sincere coming into the truth, so this is what you can expect. That's all I have on that. Shalom.